My name is Quill Taylor, and I have taken it upon myself to record my findings pertaining to the life of a young boy named Anthony Todd.
Nanny?
Yes, Anthony?
May I go play in the maze?
Have you done your maths for today?
Yes.
And your piano?
Yep. And I even watered the flowers on the porch. Please, can I go?
Yes, you may. But don't get lost.
Don't worry. I'm making a map.
Be back in time for dinner.
Okay.
Nothing yet. These books are utterly useless. Fiction. Why am I even reading this? Fiction holds an element of truth. How can I even find the truth when it's so covered in fluff? I could tell this story in my sleep. Come in.
Hey.
Sasha, how are you?
I'm alright.
I haven't seen you in a couple of days. I've been worried. And with the clock tower being down...
Yeah, I know. I've just been recuperating. It's hard to keep a hold on the town's time barrier when the source is out of commission.
I figured as much. How bad exactly is it?
Not irreparable, but people are starting to deviate from their routines. Tim went over to Charlie's, and that hasn't happened since... well, I assume since before I got here. And you know it wasn't just the crash.
Liv did something to it again, did she?
Yeah. Gods, I love Liv, but she can be a pain, and the worst part is that she probably doesn't even realize it. Anyway, I doubt it'll be fixed by the time Eris comes.
Can't blame her for being curious. She's far from harmless, but we have her on our side.
It'd be easier to have a side if we actually told our allies useful information. This wouldn't have happened if we told Liv and Quill about the clock, or the town, or Martin coming.
It was a rash decision, but a sound one. We can't clue Eris into our affairs this soon.
He's not an idiot. He probably already knows.
Then we'll use the time he allows us to our advantage. In the meantime, I'm attempting to find some answers somewhere else.
In fiction?
I've exhausted our historical resources, so when Liv said something about Jay Carter, I realized that although he's a myth to most, he's fact to those who are aware of Eris's influence. So there could be something to that.
Then why are you reading... what even is that?
The Fantastical Adventures of Timothy Todd.
What, did you think the name was a sign or something? You did.
I don't know. Maybe.
Abby, you're the one who gave him the name.
That doesn't mean it's not a sign.
Can I stay for a bit?
If you'd like, you're more than welcome. Sasha? How are they?
Who, Quill and Liv?
And their guest.
Martin. And they're doing fine, seems like. Martin and Quill are apparently really close. I only visited briefly before he woke up, but I saw them walking around yesterday.
Causing trouble?
Showing him around.
I'm sure it'll be the cause of something disastrous.
I think we're the cause of enough disastrous things.
I am sorry. About the clock tower, I didn't...
It is what it is. Besides, I think it might be beneficial. I haven't just been sitting around the past few days. I think I might have a plan.
I'm pleased to hear it. I've been coming up empty-handed. What were you thinking?
We shut everything down.
What?
The clock tower is down, and Eris has already been trying to contact me about it. We know it's at least important to his power, right? So what if we went around town and destroyed every power source?
That would... Do you realize how bad that would be?
If we don't have access to these sources, neither does Eris. He's put all of his power into these specific spots, and as far as I know, this is the center of most, if not all, of his power right now.
But that doesn't sound like something he'd do.
No? We are his big project. This town. He won't need to put his power into any other place if he succeeds with this. Think about it, Abby. We cut off all the heads, the Hydra goes down.
But we're the heads. How are we supposed to beat him if we're weakened as well?
The old-fashioned way. There's plenty of swords and things on display in the hall.
Are you suggesting we take on a seemingly immortal being with display swords?
Do you have a better idea?
Not yet, but I'm sure I can come up with one.
Great, do that. Until then, I think this is the best option we have.
Why didn't our original plans work? Can't we go back to them, fix them?
Our original plans didn't work because Eris controls our power. We're only able to do the things we can because of him. I can't send him back in time because, 1, that would create a paradox, and 2, because he wouldn't allow it. Your mind manipulation idea was good, but it doesn't hold up. Eris would immediately shut you down.
And a memory alteration isn't possible because Eziander still isn't on our side.
We have more people now. If we get Quill and Martin to help, actually help, we have more of a chance.
I'm still for Eziander getting Martin to leave.
And I still don't think that's a good idea. The more people who help, the better chance we have.
It's slim.
But it's there. We can fight. And maybe Eziander will see sense between now and then. And Kalanox is with us. It's even willing to use what power it has left to see if it'll be enough.
But what if it's not?
We won't be around to see it. That's why we gotta try, you know? We have everything to lose, but we have a chance at winning. I'm willing to do anything to keep what we have, Abby. Because it doesn't matter if we lose. Everything will be gone anyway. But what if we win?
We get to keep this.
And we get to finally be free.
You really think shutting down all the power sources will work?
It's the best chance we have.
I'll take it. Okay, we've got the clock tower down, so that means the time barrier around the town is down as a result.
Not entirely, but enough.
Eris will be sending people to fix it, and we have to be ready for them.
What if we got them to destroy one for us? They'd be better at it.
How do you mean?
Well, they don't know the sources necessarily, unless Eris tells them.
You could be right. What kind of...
Hello? What's going on in here?
Ah, Eziander. Sasha and I were just catching up.
Oh, it's good to see you again, Sasha. How are you feeling?
Fine, thank you.
Abby, I've come to let you know that Eris will be sending Aaron to fix the barriers, and we should expect all 4 representatives by the end of the week if everything is to follow schedule.
Ah, great. Thank you.
Is there a problem?
Doesn't it get tiring? Making plans around everyone else?
We knew this was coming, Abby. We've prepared for it.
It doesn't irritate me any less.
I miss it.
Miss... what?
All of it. The rotations of not having to deal with Eris, being left to do what we wanted, to raise Anthony on our own without interference, with the occasional visit from the representatives that never lasted longer than tea time and only happened once a rotation. We didn't have to worry. We could just live.
I miss it too. Do you remember when we first met?
You were carrying a baby and you dropped all the groceries.
You offered to help?
You brushed me off.
I wasn't sure if I could trust you. Not really sure if I could trust anyone then. And you weren't meant to be able to come over. Eziander, Anthony, and I were supposed to live in relative solitude.
You know I don't like to follow the rules. Eris should have checked no one else was coming into town before he closed everything off.
Well, I'm glad he had to make the exception. I fear what our story would look like without you in it.
I miss the quiet.
Me too. It used to be so nice. Don't get me wrong, Quill's fine, but they're loud.
They certainly liven the place.
Anthony used to be quieter.
I remember. He never called Noddington when they played in the back gardens, or yelled. He even sat in silence sometimes in the middle of the grass.
He liked watching the snails.
I was worried about him.
I appreciated it.
I loved it. Every second. It's getting late. I'm going to go call Anthony in for dinner.
Abby. We have a job to do.
As I am near constantly reminded. I'll see you both at dinner. Sasha, I do hope you'll stay.
For Eziander's cooking? How can I say no?
I'll see you then.
What did I say?
There's more than just the job, as I know it's been our focus, but we've made our lives here. When everything ends, we won't have anything left.
We won't remember any of it. it doesn't matter.
It does to us. I just wish we had more time.
What's that?
Oh, Anthony made another tape recorder for Abby. She probably just forgot it.
The Domestic Life of Anthony Todd is a podcast by J.R. Steele and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. The writing, theme music, and sound editing were done by J.R. Steele, and the script was edited by Toepler. Follow The Domestic Life of Anthony Todd on Twitter @DomesticLifePod, and find The Domestic Life on Instagram @DomesticLifePodcast. Visit the website, penofsteel.wixsite.com/domesticlife to listen, view transcripts, and meet our cast, or join our Discord using the link in the description. Thanks for joining us.